Breaking news to Manchester United fans. Matheus Cunha bomber. Manchester United are now closing in on Matheus Cunha deal. The Brazilian has accepted the project as an agreement on personal terms is now being finalized, almost done. Final details to sort between all parties. Then here we go. So it's looking like Matheus Cunha is going to be Manchester United's first transfer of the window. And it's looking like it is very much close to the here we go standpoint of view. People, make sure you are subscribing, you're smashing the likes on the channel. It's obviously really important you do so. As a Liverpool fan, what's my thoughts? I'm jealous. Now, yes, my club is doing business in terms of Kirkes and Frimpong. Looks like they're all boxed off and done. I want my Matheus Cunha at my club. I think the guy is one of the most versatile players in the Premier League that can play in multiple positions. 15 goals and 6 assists in 31 games in a very poor Wolves side. Now, I'm not saying he's going to level up his numbers at Manchester United because Manchester United are hardly great. But Manchester United need quality and they need specific quality. Matheus Cunha is definitely that. And he's going to be the new signing of the Ruben Amorim era. My only worry, if I was a Manchester United fan, is how much money have you guys got to spend this summer? You've seen the financials over the past year, and to miss out on potentially European football, even if that Europa League in the coming days is absolutely, it is massive. It's bigger than the trophy, in my opinion. Yeah, you want to celebrate the trophy. Yes, it's cool to win European trophies, Europa League or not. But it's bigger than that. What that does for your club to say, like, look, in our worst ever era, we managed to win a European trophy and got Champions League football. That's the way you've got to look at it. And what Champions League football does for many clubs is just ridiculous. And I'm not saying Manchester United need that to go and sign quality players, but it's a massive factor, Champions League football. Man United can't use the whole one game a week gimmick because you want to be playing twice a week so you can try new things so players can get used to the system. Because you're only playing once a week, yes, it's good. You're having more focus time on the training pitch, but it's better to actually have that on the pitch. It's like a boxer constantly training, but not fighting. You're not going to improve at the minutes on the pitch. And to bring Matheus Cunha as your first signing is a W for what £62 million he's going to cost. But the question marks is, where else is the money coming from? Are you going to have to sell big? You're going to have to just offload a load of garbage. Like, you're going to have to take massive losses in terms of how much you spent on players like Rasmus Højlund, £70+ million. Oh my days. Yeah, you're going to have to be accepting 30, maybe 35 million. You're just going to have to, because you're at that point, because you're not going to be able to get more than that. And plus, these players aren't good enough. You got Nachos, you're going to have to cash in and sell. You might have to sell one of maybe your quality players, maybe a Kobe Mainoo. We've seen him being linked to Chelsea Football Club in the past. Could that be a route? Because he's a quality player and you're going to get decent amounts of money for him. It's going to be a really interesting summer to see what Man United do if they are to get Europa League, because to win the Europa League, because it does massive wonders, and I think it's a massive boost for Ruben Amorim. Since he's coming, he has been. You can see the style he wants to do, but he's not picking up results, and that's all that kind of really matters at the end of the day. But Man United are in a situation where you got to stick or twist at some point, because you can't just keep flopping managers. You know what I mean? There's going to have to come a time where you're going to have to be like, look, it might not be pretty at the first, but we've got to stick with this. And yes, if it doesn't work out very much long term, then yeah, fair enough. You go and change the managerial standpoint of view, 100% facts. However, there's going to have to be a time where you're going to have to stick or twist. And it's as simple as that, in my humble opinion. But Matheus Cunha is a good deal for £60 million. And like I just told you, to get 15 goals and 6 assists, 21 goals and assists in 31 comps for Wolves in the Premier League is very good numbers. Do you know what I mean? Very, very good numbers. And he's looked like this deal has been the case from the get-go, to be honest. I've not really seen any money clubs trying to actually compete with the possible deal, which is actually surprising because he is a quality player and he's been good for a couple of years now. Last year he got 12 goals and 7 assists in 32 games, so he's leveled up the numbers slightly. And I feel like he's been overall better for Wolves, if that makes sense. But it's going to be an interesting summer, and it's looking like Matheus Cunha is going to be on the way to Old Trafford to begin the proper Ruben Amorim era. People, we're on the road to 900 subscribers. Smash the like, subscribe to the latest Liverpool content, football content, and just overall content. Do you know what I mean? Take care. And this is my quick thoughts on it. Matheus Cunha to United, here we go, is close.